Hey, how you guys doing? So, I'm filming this because it's a historic event, and I want you guys to be a witness to history in the making. And so, when I first got into this UFO community world, I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was doing. All I know is I was seeing things in the sky, and I have for a while now, and so I needed to go out there and investigate them and find out, what was going on. Once I learned that there was rock art on the mountains here around the valley, and then, there's strange rock art on the mountains, and now we have strange rock art or strange sightings in the sky here. There had to be a connection. So I went on a quest. I went on an adventure, if you will, to find out exactly what these Phoenix Lights were all about. Now there's a lot of books, there's a lot of movies out there with theories on what the lights are and theories on what these UFOs are here. But no one has actually done the research or investigations quite to the extent as I have. Now, we're going to be opening my book today, and it was 13 years of research, 15 years trying to find a publisher, another 5 years trying to get it published. So this is about 20 years in the making. Now this is it's so big, it was so big that the publishers wanted to break it up into a series. So this is the first edition of possibly 3 or maybe 2. I don't know how it's going to go yet. But as I was changing the way people look at the Phoenix Lights through the rock art, through what the holocoms say these lights are, it's changing history. It's changing the way we think about these UFOs. And that was the whole point. That was the whole idea, is to bring this topic to the public, that the rock art here in the Valley of the Sun, not only here in Phoenix, but I've learned over the years that it's the same type of story, rock art, all over the world. So it's not just here in Phoenix. I mean, this book goes into a lot of stuff, and it's just not here in Phoenix. You could probably use the information in here, in your town, in your country, to find out what these lights are, what these UFOs are, and what the petroglyphs are all about. So without further ado, let's get into history in the making. See if we can open this up real quick.
I had to go through enough trouble to get it. What? Well, I did.
Cell slip. Ooh. Cardboard box.
Ooh. Ooh.
There we have it.
I like it.
The first edition of Petroglyphs in the Sky. What these Phoenix Lights are all about. 13 years of research, 15 years of writing the book, getting this together. And more years trying to get it published, trying to find someone to do it. And so yeah. So this is all new to me. It's the first time I've seen this. It has the photos in it of the barbells, the rock art of the barbells, and the rock art and the UFO sightings that I filmed. It goes into the Superstition Mountains and what the Native Americans say about that mountain there. It goes into the equinox light shadow markers. I don't know, it's probably backwards because of the camera. Lots of photographs. Tons of photographs. So if you're not into my story here, if you're not into the history, the photographs alone are just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And it goes into the diagrams on what these petroglyphs are talking about. Took me years of study, years of research that went into this book. It is more detail ever on what these petroglyphs are, the light and shadow markers.
Wow.
So you can see the shadow of a profile face there. That happens on the equinox and solstice. And it goes into on how the sun marker is touching the chin of the profile face. So yeah, this is volume 1. And hopefully we won't have to wait another year.
To think there's 2 more books
for it
like
to come
that
out.
with all the pictures, because the other books are going to have more pictures, right?
Oh yeah, So what this book is, basically, I believe that this first part of the book, see, I wrote the book all in one. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be broken up. It was supposed to go all in one from beginning to end. The publishers decided to break it up into a series because once all of the book is published, the photographs alone will cost a lot, quite a bit. So the book with all of it will come out, will have a lot of detail and everything will be in it. But basically, I believe what the publishers did in this first book, First World, Second World.
Yeah, it's backwards.
Yeah, it's backwards. So, I believe what the publishers did is they took the story. So I put in a story where it takes the reader on this wonderful journey of the history of Phoenix, Arizona. And as it goes along, it explains on what the rock art is talking about, what the rock art means, and what the Native Americans say it means. So it's not just a UFO sighting, it's an adventure. And that's the way I kind of wanted things to go here.
Well, it talks about third world, second world, third world, and it says we're on the fourth world now, which when I was reading that, totally blew me away.
Right.
And because it all makes sense. What they're talking about is exactly what the Bible says. It all makes sense in there when I was reading it.
Right. So it goes into a lot of details here, and it even talks about when Phoenix was named. So yeah, this is volume 1. There goes good old Jack Spelling.
Oh, that's him.
Yep, that's the guy that first pretty much named Phoenix, Arizona.
Because I saw on the History Channel they had a show one night, and they were talking about him.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. I go into everything. It took me years and years and years of putting this together.
Mm-hmm.
This is the hoop dances.
Oh, okay.
This
That's
is-
the ones you were going to take me to.
This explains on how when the Native Americans do their hoop dances, they're actually making formations of the hoops into these UFOs
Oh,
that
wow.
we see in the sky today. There's the three orbs.
I haven't got that
I
far.
don't know if you can see that or not. Where is that? I don't know if you can see that, but this guy, he's making the three orbs that we see in the sky together, the pyramid formation. This guy is making the serpent. So yeah, you know, it goes into everything. It even has the different kinds of lizards that you can find here in the Valley of the Sun. This goes into Camelback Mountain here. Tons of pictures, tons of photographs.
Yeah, almost every page has some kind of picture on it. 2 or 3 pictures on it.
And everyone is familiar with the 1997 Phoenix Lights, and I had found the petroglyph of the Phoenix Lights on South Mountain, and that was carved hundreds, maybe thousands of years ago. Because they saw it too. They saw the Phoenix Lights also in that type of formation, 1997. And again, we see it again and continue to see the UFOs. So basically, this is the volume 1, and it talks about the story. It goes into the first park ranger, Charles Holbert. Stuff that you can't find anymore in the public eye. So this is great information here.
Really detailed pictures, too.
Lots of photographs. Oops. So it looks good. It's big,
Yeah, it's bigger than what I expected it to be.
right?
I was thinking it was going to be, a tiny thing about like that, but it's not. It's a full-size book.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a magnifying glass to look at it.
So this is a neat story.
For Cross Hill, but
Yep.
we still haven't found the crosses.
Well, I believe the crosses are gone now. I go into more detail in the book on why I think the crosses are gone. And because I've been to both spots on South Mountain where the government says these crosses are supposed to be at. And so one spot is missing now, has been destroyed. And that's the spot that I think that the crosses were on. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Yeah? So, it looks like the publishers did a pretty good job on this. And they were supposed to edit and correct the spelling and the grammar and things like that. And so yeah, we'll go in there and see how that plays out. But yeah, so yeah, they ended this copy pretty good. So they ended the first one pretty good, So this is my first book. Go out and get your copy today. And man, it's a historic day, and you were a part of it. So go out and get your copy today, and let me know what you think. You guys have a great day, and remember, keep your eyes in the skies, because you never know what you're going to see. See ya.